Close your eyes. Let the world fall away. There is nowhere else you need to be. Breathe in, deep and slow. Breathe out, softer than before. Feel the noise begin to fade. Not just the sounds around you, but the noise inside. The endless lists, the scattered thoughts, the shoulds, the ifs, the whens, all of it, beginning to dissolve like ink in water. You are standing at the edge of a vast underwater canyon. The surface behind you is bright, busy, but ahead, stillness. Darkness, yes, but not fear, just depth, and the promise of something quieter. Take one step forward, feel the shift. The temperature cools, not cold, just calm. You're not diving, you're sinking gently, effortlessly, as if your very soul remembers how. You pass through the first veil of light, where sunlight flickers but doesn't reach too far. This is the place where surface thoughts thin out. They don't vanish, they float, rising back to the top as you continue your descent. Down here, there is no pressure to perform, no urgency, no narrative to maintain. Only the slow unraveling of your mind's noise, layer by layer, breath by breath. You begin to notice space between your thoughts, moments of nothingness, but it doesn't feel empty. It feels open, and in that openness, clarity begins to form, not as an answer, but as silence, not as a solution, but as stillness. Let yourself drift further. Let gravity do the work. You are not lost. You are descending with purpose into the place where true quiet lives. Let it welcome you. You're only at the beginning, and already your mind is softer. The descent continues, but something inside you shifts. You're no longer falling. You're being received. The water is thicker now, softer. It moves with a slow grace, like silk woven from gravity. And in this softness, your mind begins to loosen. Thoughts drift in. Of course they do. They always will. But here, beneath the surface tension, they don't have the same grip. One thought rises, something unfinished. You see it, a moment, a memory, a loop you've played 1,000 times. But instead of chasing it, you simply watch it float upward, out of reach, out of need. Another thought comes, judgment, old, familiar. You greet it, even smile at it, then let it pass. This is not suppression. This is permission. Permission to stop holding. You are not here to control your mind. You are here to watch it soften. Each thought is like a thread, and as you let go, those threads unravel, unwind, release. Beneath them, something quieter awakens. You begin to notice space between the thoughts, not just silence, but stillness with substance. It's a sacred kind of silence, the kind that doesn't demand, doesn't press, doesn't ask you to fix anything, and that silence starts to wrap around you like a cocoon of warm current. Your body responds, shoulders loosen, stomach lets go, fingers uncurled. Even your breath changes, no longer something you control, but something that flows through you like water. There is a rhythm here, not from outside, but from deep within. You begin to feel it, the breath of your soul, the slow inhale of being, the patient exhale of becoming. You realize you don't need to do anything to be whole. You already are. Your mind, once noisy with urgency, now feels like a vast underwater cavern, quiet, open, alive. There is wisdom here. You don't need to hear it in words. You feel it in the way your muscles rest, in the weightlessness of your thoughts, in the peace that doesn't ask to be earned. Let it all stay. Let the thoughts dissolve like salt in this deep, clear water. You are not lost in your mind. You are free from its walls. And as you drift further, you begin to understand. Clarity isn't brightness, it's depth. It isn't something found. It's something remembered when all else has quieted. Let it deepen. Let yourself dissolve into it. You are deep now, not far beneath the surface, but far beneath the self you usually wear. The water around you no longer shimmers with light. It pulses with presence. Nothing here is sharp. Nothing is loud. Everything moves with intention, like it knows exactly where to go. And you are being moved too, not by force, but by gravity made kind. You're drifting through the layer beneath thinking, the place the mind cannot follow. Thoughts still exist, but as whispers now, soft as sea foam, without teeth, without edge. There is no language here, only sensation, and the sensation is this: you are vast, you are still, you are sacred. There is no task to complete, no timeline to chase, no version of you to manage or repair. You are not the one who holds it all together. You are the one who lets it fall away, and fall away it does. The weight of performance, the armor of certainty, the chase for meaning, all of it dissolves in these cold, clear depths. And in its place, a knowing, not the kind you explain, the kind you feel in your ribs, the kind you breathe without realizing, the kind that waits patiently in your bones for you to finally slow down enough to hear it. You are in the abyss now, but it does not swallow you. It clears you. Like a mirror made of water, this space reflects only what's true. And the truth is this: you are not broken. You are simply full of thoughts, of stories, of survival. And now, finally, you are being emptied, not erased, cleared, not undone, unburdened. You feel it in your breath, which no longer rushes. You feel it in your muscles, which no longer grip. You feel it in your spine, which no longer braces. This is not numbness. This is presence without pressure. This is what lives beneath anxiety, beneath decision, beneath thought itself, the clear ocean floor of being. Here, there is nothing to do but be. Let yourself be held. Let yourself be seen. By the silence you've been afraid to meet. It does not judge you, it recognizes you. And as you stay, you begin to remember. The deepest peace comes not from escape, but from returning to what has always been beneath. Stay, there's more. You are no longer descending. You have arrived. This is not the bottom. This is the center, the still point, the place beneath everything. Here, the water doesn't move, or maybe it does, but in such harmony, such silence, you can no longer tell the difference between stillness and flow. You hover there, suspended in clarity, like a thought that no longer needs to be thought, like a truth that just is. Your body feels almost forgotten, not because it's gone, but because it finally rests. Your jaw is loose, your eyes are soft, even your breath is more suggestion than effort. You are breathing, but it's the water doing it for you now. It moves through you. You are porous, permeable, open. This is the sea within, the place where your soul and your body meet without tension, without interruption. And in this place, you begin to notice something unexpected. You're not alone, not in the crowded way, but in the connected way. There are no voices here, but there is presence, other currents, other souls, other forms of life that move with you, around you, as part of you. You are not isolated. You are part of a living silence. There's no language to explain this, but you feel it like a hum in your bones. You are known. You are witnessed. You are welcome here. You begin to understand why the ocean is sacred. It is not because it is vast, but because it holds without demanding. It doesn't ask you to be more. It accepts what you are. And so you begin to let go of even more. The pressure to improve, the ache to prove, the desire to become something else. They dissolve here, not because they were wrong, but because they are no longer needed. Clarity is not a spotlight. It is an unveiling. And now you see yourself with gentle eyes, not as a problem to fix, but as a presence to be felt. You are quiet now, not because you've silenced yourself, but because you finally found a place where you no longer have to speak to be understood. Let that truth stay with you. Float in it. Breathe through it. Let it anchor in your nervous system like a root. There is power in this stillness, and it is yours. You're still here, not drifting, not rising, simply being, rooted in silence, held by the deep. And then, without warning, without fanfare, you notice it. A light, not ahead of you, not behind, within. It doesn't shine like a flame. It glows like memory, like recognition. At first it flickers, a faint pulse in the space behind your sternum. Then it steadies, as if realizing you're ready now, ready to see without your eyes. This light isn't something new. It's something you forgot, buried beneath urgency, pressed under the weight of proving. It is clarity, not as a thought, but as presence. It does not speak, but it tells you everything. You are not broken. You are simply full. And this stillness, it is not emptiness. It is space reclaimed. The light expands, slowly, tenderly, like breath moving through water. It touches every place you've ignored, the tightness in your throat, the heaviness in your chest, the ache behind your eyes. And as it touches, it softens, unwinds, unbinds. It doesn't erase your pain, it sees it. And in that seeing, it begins to heal. You start to feel your boundaries blur, not in a dissolving way, but in a remembering way. You remember what it felt like to be clear, to be enough, to belong to yourself. No mask, no chase, just truth, resting in the body like warm water. You realize the abyss is not darkness, the abyss is depth. And inside that depth, you find light, a light that asks nothing of you, a light that is not earned, but remembered. This light doesn't guide you out, it becomes you. And in this quiet glow, you feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Peace that doesn't depend on anything, not on clarity, not on answers, not even on healing, just peace, because you stopped resisting yourself. Stay with it. Let it linger. Let it settle into the spaces thought once occupied. You are no longer holding. You are being held. And the light will stay, because it was never separate. You are still in the abyss, but it no longer feels like a descent. It feels like home. The light inside you is steady now, not bright, not blinding, but constant, like breath, like knowing. And from this place of calm, you begin to feel the faint call of return. Not a push, not a pull, just a gentle invitation. It doesn't say, wake up. It says, bring this with you. You are not leaving clarity behind. You are carrying it back. The current stirs around you, soft as a sigh, beginning to lift you, not out, but through. As you rise, you notice the difference. The thoughts are still there, but they no longer crowd you. The questions exist, but they don't demand answers. The light in your chest remains. The stillness in your breath stays. You move slowly upward through layers of yourself. Layers once tangled with noise, now washed in silence. You feel your body again. Heavier perhaps, but no longer burdened. There is space inside you now. Space to listen, space to feel, space to simply exist without pressure. You pass through the memory of who you were when you began, tighter, tenser, trying. And you bless that version. You thank them. And you rise. The surface is near. But this time, it doesn't feel like a return to the world. It feels like arriving in yourself. The breath that greets you is your own. The body you return to is your own. But now, It is infused with the deep, with the clarity found only at the bottom of the quiet. Let your fingers twitch, let your spine stretch, let your jaw open. Do it slowly. There's no rush. Bring the silence with you, not as something to protect, but as something that protects you. You are not what you think. You are what you return to when thought softens. And now you have returned. Stay still a moment longer. Breathe gently. Feel the water behind your eyes, the softness in your lungs. Clarity is not a moment. It's a practice of remembering. And now you know the way back.